Hello everyone, my name is Cheryl and I'm 61 years old, and today I am going to demonstrate the Newa radio frequency device. Okay, so it comes in this cute little package or cute little bag. And then it comes with the gel that you need. You need to have the gel to conduct. Okay, so to start, we take the little cap off and you plug it in. I bought the plug-in one because it's easier for me. I don't have to worry about charging it. And so the next step you do is it has a little on button on the side that has a 1 and a 2, and I use the 2. You can use the 1 if it's too strong for you, but for me I prefer to use the 2 because I'm trying to work on these jowls. Okay, and so then the first thing you do after you turn it on is you apply the gel, and I'm going to start with this side of the upper jaw and to the other side, and then we'll move to the lower jaw. So you turn this little button on and it will turn green when it's heating up the deeper layers and boosting the collagen. So what I do is I go first and I spread it all the way up before I start so that I don't run out. Because if you don't spread it, you could run out of the gel quicker. And I just start with big circles until it turns green. I work on the marionette lines and the upper lip lines. And then I like to get right up here in that hollow. See, so now it's turned green in some areas. And then once it turns green, I start doing little small circles because it gets hotter with the small circles. I did apply my eye makeup today, so I wouldn't have to do it later since I'm only working the lower half of my face. And I prefer just to work the lower part of my face with this because that's where I have the biggest problem, is the lower part of my face and my lip. The upper lip lines. And this will vibrate when you're ready to go to the next section, which is really convenient. And the thing about the Newa, the reason that I purchased the Newa over any of the other devices is because it has a safety mechanism so that it doesn't cause any facial fat loss. And so, because once it gets hot enough, it'll turn off, or it won't turn off, but it'll adjust to where it's not burning, or so that you're not losing any facial fat loss. Okay, so it vibrated. So now we go on to the next section. And once again, push the button. And then I go all the way up with the gel to spread it. And the small little circles until it is green already. And I like to really work up in this area in the top part, because that's the vectors of where you get the most lifting. You really got to make sure that you keep it moving, because if you let it stay on one spot too long, it can burn. So when I first got this, the instructions say to use for 4 weeks every day. And then after that, you do a maintenance of twice a week, every week. And so I'm on the maintenance phase right now of where I do it twice a week. See, I'm really turning red. Should be beep or vibrating shortly here to go to the next section. Vibrated. Okay, so now we have the lower half, and then I'll do the underneath when I'm done with that. Okay, turn it on, spread it, and then big circles to start until it turns green. It's turning green. And so I haven't had any fillers or Botox or any plastic surgery, because I can't afford it. And so I am going this route with trying the beauty devices, and this is the first beauty device that I've purchased. And I'll be interested to see if I get any results. And if I achieve any results, I will definitely do a video on that. Okay, one place I like to go is right through the middle right here, because there is a vector there that lifts. And then on that jowl right here. Yeah, you want to really focus on those areas where you get the most sagging. I can say that one thing is that I wouldn't mind if it were to burn a little fat right there where that fat pad is. But with the at-home devices, it's not going to melt away any fat. You would have to go to get a professional procedure with the radio frequency if you were to want to burn fat in certain areas of your face. Okay, it vibrated. Now we go to the other side. Push the button. Make sure you go all the way up with the gel, and then start with the big circles. And now it's turning green. So as we age, we lose the bone. We get bone loss, like in our jaw and jowls, which causes a lot of the drooping of our face, causing the jowls. So there are, things that we can do, like the radio frequency helps to build the collagen by causing the micro injuries into the deeper layers. And then, another tip that I would like to say is that taking, really good care of your teeth, because your teeth are bones too. And, and I floss every day, and I use a electric toothbrush purposely, because that way it can massage up into the to my gums and in my teeth to keep my the circulation and keep for healthy bone. And so that's what I believe is that really good oral hygiene also is a factor in that bone loss. And then this is something I believe that you have to continue with the maintenance part of it, because we're constantly losing collagen, and so when you stop, you're going to go right back to where you were. And so you want to continue to keep doing these procedures. I started tretinoin, retin-A, recently too. I've always used the glycolic acid, or I've always used the retinols, but I upped it to applying the tretinoin, because I believe that helps with cell turnover too, and combating the aging process. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comments, or any requests or anything you'd like to see me do. I was a cosmetologist for many years. I'm retired now. I'm not a beauty professional or anything now, but I was a cosmetologist, so I do a lot. I do all my do-it-yourself stuff. I do my own hair. Okay, it beeped. Okay, push the button. Now I'm going to do right under here to tighten all this up. And as far as like the melting the fat, I really wouldn't mind it melting the fat right under here or right here. And like I said, I haven't had any procedures or any, but I'm not against it. If I had the money, I would. And so I do like LED light and micro needling and TCA and glycolic chemical peels. I do what I can. And I try to use actives, you know, like in my serums, like vitamin C serum and CoQ10. And I started using the ordinary growth factor. Try to keep my face hydrated as much as I can. So I use CeraVe moisture cream. Because hydration does make a huge difference in your skin texture and tone. And the more hydrated, the more youthful you're going to look too. This doesn't burn or anything. If you keep it moving, you do need to keep it moving. But, you know, on the second one, it doesn't bother me. It feels actually kind of nice. It's a nice heat. But if you're sensitive to it, you can put it on the first setting. I'm not yet doing my neck. Okay, there. But I will get to that in time. It beeped. Okay, so now what you want to do is, when you unplug it, is you want to turn it off, and I take a Q-tip and I clean all around these little conductors. And so I just, you know, clean all the gel off around that. And then I put it away, and then I'm done. So anyway, so if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.